Step into the next, can you feel me? $1,000,000 dreams, a place you gotta stay to the X and feel the light. Step into the X and change your whole side. A born leader, shaped from the trials of hell.
What's going on? What's going on? This is Crypto Secret X. My name is Chris. I want to thank you for joining me here today on crypto updates. We're going to be talking about some crypto updates. We're going to be talking about game plan. We're going to be talking about TED, and we're just going to look at the crypto market all together and just see what's going on. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, and let's get into it. So I'm out here looking at my screens, kind of going back and forth as we get rolling here. All right, so now I want to go ahead and preface and go ahead and start with looking at just what's going on in the latest crypto markets, because there's a lot going on, and with everything going on in the crypto market, it's kind of like on that wavy ride. So just want to kind of get into it there, and where you can see what's going on. So let me see if I can share my screen with you here. I was pulling up the Yahoo Finance and kind of looking at a few things, and just wanted to share with you. It was a few of them I just kind of noticed, and it was definitely with Bitcoin. And I'm going to go ahead and jump in there real quick, and then we're going to be talking about some of the other things like TED, game plan. We're going to mention those things and get it. But crypto news. It was one article that I wanted to scroll down to, and it was this article. Let me see. Let me go down a little bit further. Oh, come on. I just had it this morning. That's Kamala Harris. The elections is going to play a really big thing. I'm scrolling up, and I just saw it. Okay, here we go. Bitcoin surges past 69,000, then retreats. It retreats amid a market volatility. And so on Monday, the price of Bitcoin shot up past $69,000. You can see right here. But before correcting to 67,000, where it's currently sitting at the time they were writing this article. But while the sharp plunge were at many crypto space, others say the Bitcoin market simply overheated and there's no reason to worry. Now, a lot of times we've been looking at Bitcoin, and we've been seeing some things like the up and down to 69 to 67,000. We've seen the shot to 72,000. And this is just when they talked about that Bitcoin halving, and where everything, the market always has kind of like an up and down, kind of down, and it kind of starts plummeting for about 4 months, sometimes 5, and then afterwards you see just a spike a little later. And a lot of times in crypto, a lot of people get I don't say crypto enthusiasts get worried, they get more tired. They grow bored and they grow tired, and they usually pull out right when everything's about to hit. So I want to encourage you to kind of just hang in there, because here's the thing. If you bought Bitcoin at 72,000, if you bought Bitcoin at 70,000, and it plummets to 67, 66, 15, I mean, what's the use of pulling it out then? I mean, right when it's like that, you just kind of leave it in and wait for it to go back up, because there's always something that's going to spike this thing. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's going to be here. And the adoption is coming. It's already adopted in other countries, so it's still coming. So I wouldn't worry about it. I would just basically, every time it dips, just try to buy a little bit more. That's some of the things that I would definitely try to do. But I notice when we do have these type of dips in the market, a lot of times people do get nervous. They get kind of like antsy. But the thing is, in cryptocurrency, just like any other stock, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. That's just a part of it. And just the biggest thing is, once you learn that, you start learning that, hey, they're not going to let everything crash. They're not going to let the market crash. They have it under control. The cuts and all that stuff with the inflation, they can't cut so much that it drives inflation up, and you can't have inflation go so high to where people don't even buy anything. So they have to keep a balance, and that's one of the things with the central bank when they make print more money and when they just stop printing the money. It has to be a balance there. And so that's one of the things that you do see. And and that's the way pretty much any market works. So you just have to understand that. And once you get that calmness, it's like a calmness in the storm, then you'll be able to way through this, and you'll be able to understand that, one thing about the market is going to go up and it's going to go down. But one thing about it, it's not going anywhere. At least I don't see that anytime soon. But Bitcoin has been in the major adoption. We've been in the court with XRP and all that stuff, and it still continues to be here. So that's just a little bit of what's going on in the market. But I also want to talk to you about, now I'm going to get into the meme coin sector. Now, when we talk about meme coins, and I'm going to talk about my meme coins, and when we talk about meme coins, one of the things about meme coins is that people have got to understand, and I also got some important news that some of you may already heard, but I'm going to stay with this thought first. When you talk about meme coins is all about community. It's about getting a group of people together that believe in a certain vision, and then implementing that vision. And then as you implement that vision and you begin to get new buyers and things like that, it's kind of like building, like stacking. You buy in, then you tell people about a project that you bought, and then they buy in, and it's kind of like stacking. Boom, stacking. That's kind of like how you got to think about meme coins. It's a constant stacking, and it's a constant stacking of people. People getting involved. And here's the thing: when you start doing the stacking, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like once you stack one and you get this community here, then they bring in another community, and then it's like these people right here, they'll kind of take their profit, and then these people try to get another community, and they kind of take their profit, and these people get another community, and it kind of goes. And then what happens is then you have some people that's here at the ground, they kind of hanging in because they don't want to be going completely out of the community. And so that's a part of investing with the memes, which can be a roller coaster, because if the community dies, then a lot of times the meme coin dies. But if you continuously build, and eventually it's kind of like rebuilding. That's basically what you look at when you deal with meme coins. So a lot of times when it comes to memes, the reason people say memes always go to zero is not basically that the meme goes to zero, it's the community goes to zero. Why does the community go to zero? Somebody gets mad, somebody doesn't like this happen, somebody doesn't like this happen. It's kind of like, a house where everybody's here, everybody wants one thing, and then all of a sudden it's like they kind of get, if they can hang in there and grow through all the rough times and just like a family, then you can survive. But if the first sign of a mistake, then everybody kind of just dissipates, then that's what usually causes that to happen. And so as long as you kind of hang in there and hang in with the community, you believe in what the community is doing, you're fine. Now, the second part of that with a meme community is a lot of times when people do decimate or leave a community, a lot of times what they do, and I'm just talking about in general now, this is like just a meme, understanding more about memes and different things like that. Now, a lot of times in the meme culture, it's like you have what you call people who are diehard, and then you got disgruntled people. Disgruntled people, sometimes what they do is, okay, I'm mad, I'm angry, so I'm gonna go back into that meme world and just cause a bunch of chaos because I'm very disgruntled. And then you have a group over here that say, hey, be cool, man, be cool. I got my investment in here, you messing my investment up. So you have a little bit of that. So what helps a meme to survive with all these different type of people in it? Like, how does it survive the test of time? How it survives is that you just have a group or anyone, they just continues keep going. Perseverance, basically it. Now, after a while of persevering, you have to persevere through it all. You just got to persevere and keep going. Also, I think what helps memes cultures grow is a physical community. And when I say physical, I'm talking about more of a face-to-face community. And the reason I say that is because with a face-to-face community, you have people together that can each hold each other accountable, and they have like face-to-face, like your community. So does that mean that one person in this state has to be face-to-face with another person in another state? No. What it basically means is you have a person that becomes like a holder, and they grow their community where they're at. That's basically it. It's kind of like the old Amway, as you put it, basically that community continues to drive. And then I don't know if you remember this. I'm dating myself because Amway is way back, but Amway used to have these. They used to sell these door-to-door soap, and they used to build their team and their network, kind of like Princess House Glass. And then these people would go out and sell, and they would recruit other people in. These people would go out and sell, and they kept building the network out. Then they would have a big old assembly, and everybody would come into one area, and they would all meet up, and they would all talk about what they're doing on this side of the country, what they're doing on that side of the country, what they're doing on this side of the country. In essence, that's kind of like how it works. And in order to do that, it takes time. It takes building various relationships. It takes trust, and it takes some people to hold. Now, I want to show you, because a lot of people have been asking me about, before I get in the game plan, they've been asking me about TED. And what I say about TED, I want to go to TED because TED is, again, I look at TED as a very decentralized meme coin. We have people that hold significant amounts in various parts of the world. They hold significant amounts, and you can see that. But let's go to TED real quick. I want to go to TED, and I'm going to show y'all some stuff on TED, and then we're going to also go to Game Plan. Both are coins that I have developed. And again, TED went to an all-time high of 3 to 4 million. So it went 3 to 4 million. But I'm going to pull up TED here. And there is so much out on TED. There's so many YouTube videos out on TED. TED has, let's see here. There we go. I'm going to share TED with you. Okay, let's look at TED here. All right, hold on. TED, the ticker symbol is TED. See what we can get here. Okay, TED, TED, TED. TED meme coin, very commercialized meme coin, has over 1,100 holders, and currently is on Solana. And TED continues to kind of just hang in there. Just a few months ago, we've seen TED at 3 million. We've seen TED at 48K. We've seen TED bounce back to 250,000. TED just kind of hangs, and it still has strong holders in there. Now, the one thing about TED, this is what I say about TED, and when we look at TED, TED is one of those coins that has a lot of commercial appeal to it. To me, it sits like Bonk. That's how if somebody asked me, what do you think about your TED? I said, it's just like Bonk. They said, what do you mean? I said, well, Bonk was a coin that kind of sat there for a period of a few months. And it just went up a little bit, not a lot. I mean, according to where it is now, that's what I mean. And then it kind of spiked down, and then it went dormant for a while. And then all of a sudden something happened, and then it just spiked. And everybody, and I can show you what I'm talking about if you just go to the coin market cap and look at Bonk. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this TED, ticker symbol TED. Bonk. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this. Let's see. Let's pull it on up. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Now let me show you bonk. And this. I love to look at bonk because this is what the chart looks like. You see this right here? It shot up to like 38.1 million. But it was way at the bottom at first, and then shot up. Then boom, it just retraced and went down to like 4 million, from 38 million to 4 million. And it just went to 1 million. And that's a significant drop. And I'm pretty sure you had people, oh, it's been rug, it's been rug, it's been rug, it's been rug. Then boom, you see that all of a sudden from, let's see here, from what year is this? From 2000, I'm going to start here from March 6th, 2023, all the way up until, let's see here, around November of 2023. Then all of a sudden it went to 75 million. Then something happened again, and we can probably go back and look at the date. Then it went up to 1.88 billion. And then it retraced back down to 60 million, and then shot up again to 1.5 billion, then retraced down to 90 billion. Then it went all the way up to 812 million. What spiked it? Do we know? We don't, but we do know it spiked. But it lay dormant for a while. And that's one of the things with meme coins in the community is just it takes one spark to ignite a forest fire. It takes one spike, one spark. And the thing about what happens with most crypto enthusiasts is if you haven't been in the game long enough, we just kind of grow weary. And then all of a sudden we say, oh man, I'm out. And then you go back and look, you be like, holy cow, remember that coin I used to hold? Now I'm looking at it, it's sitting at 1.5 billion. And I don't understand it. Well, you don't understand because you gave up too soon. You gave up too soon. Like right now, I'm sitting here talking about TED. And that's the thing. And so you sit here and you look at it. And again, this is a coin that even though I'm the developer, I have a significant amount of holders that hold an extremely large amount of TED. But I mean, it's so look at
Only guy that will leave the pull on me, watch and stare. TED, Coinbase gets you some. It's the only bear with 3 glasses, blue and red, with a touch of white. Coming to the world of TED meme coin.
So that's TED. So a lot of people say, what's the deal with TED? TED is still around. TED is still around. I still own TED. We still have major holders in TED. TED's there, and TED is very commercialized. TED is very decentralized. What I mean by decentralized, there are a lot of people that hold large amounts of TED. So if you don't hold any TED, I'm not your financial advisor. You invest on your own, but TED is here. It's still here. There it is. It's still there. And if you haven't gotten any, the ticker symbol's TED. And also TED will be expanding. And again, some people already know where TED is expanding because they have already jumped on board. I don't know how they found out, but they did. But they have jumped on TED. I will let people know more about it as we do more securing, but TED is moving. Now, let's jump over to the next meme coin that I have is called, which I just launched, which is called Game Plan, which has a total different vision. Like, so TED is more commercialized. TED is that meme coin that can spark at any given time. Now, let's jump over to Game Plan. Now, when we talk about Game Plan and we get into Game Plan, everybody says, well, all right, what is Game Plan all about? Well, Game Plan is a meme coin that is created to help athletes in rural areas. Now, that's just the vision I have here. There may be some other people that are bought into Game Plan that will look at game plan, and they're going to look at it, and they're going to help enrich their communities based upon what they're doing. But what we've been doing with game plan, we've been linking with other youth organizations, various schools. We've been linking with various universities. We've gotten some college students involved, which they're going to start their own mission with game plan. But game plan is also looking to become that $1 billion coin that can also be able to provide students with scholarships, continue to help youth in our area with equipment, various things like that. So that's the mission with game plan. We also are having burns consistently. I am the top holder with game plan. And with game plan, the burns, like I've already burned 300 million. And the goal is to burn down to 77 million. And just make it be that coin that where there's a need in the area, and I'm being the gatekeeper of my area. Now, eventually, time may go on where people can apply for scholarships online with game plan and be able to earn, get scholarship money that way. But in the return, a lot of times when you help athletes, a lot of times athletes do a return, and some people just want to donate to something to help them. And so that's the mission with game plan. It's all about we go into school, we talk to kids about, do you have a game plan? Do you have a game plan for what you want to do in life? So that's the thing about game plan. Now, also with game plan, we have 88 holders. We had 93, but I wanted to show y'all something, and this is just memes altogether, because I don't think a lot of people understand this part of memes. I was just looking at it, and we went up to like 300, then we had a retracement, but we had two sales. One person sold $300, another person sold $650. Okay. This person sold 6, bought it 4 days ago. This person sold 3, bought it 18 days ago. Game plan has been out a total of 23 days. Okay. So these people bought game plan after it came out. Now, this person who bought for 300, they bought for 800. They sold it for $1,219 and made a $348 profit. This person who bought it for $2,000 made a $226 profit. So they made a profit off a game plan, and they sold it $200, and somebody made $300. Now, when people sell those small amounts, because that is a small amount compared to what I hold, I know what the baseline floor is based upon my holding. The second thing about that is when somebody sells $1 million and say sell 2 million, some people go just ballistic. They go to like, oh, it's been rough. This is where I know people don't understand something about meme. They've been 3 and 7 buys, and that's been in the last few days. So at one time we were pumping in about 1,000K, and then you go to holders, and then there you see me at 152 with 21%, still holding the same amount, but I'm constantly burning when you look on the X. So that's what you have to. I want to teach you how to look at this, because when people get into memes and they buy it at $300 and it goes down to 200, that's not rug, man. That is just a few people that took profit. Do you understand? I hope you're understanding that. And that's with any meme. I'm just not talking about game, but I'm talking about with any meme. You got to understand that. And when you understand that, then you begin to understand how memes work with the community. But so many people don't. They really don't. And they get into it and they're brand new. And there's nothing against that. But I'm trying to show you. You can see where, and that's going to happen. You're going to have people that say, hey, man, this is a good project. And when they bought it probably when it was like 1 something. And then they shopped at 2. We just had somebody invest like $6,000 and get 30 million. And they're sitting right there holding. I think their thing is up to $8,000 now when I saw it. So they've already gained 2,000 and they bought it at 6,000. And that was just a few days ago because they like the vision of what we're doing. But when you invest in memes and when you buy in memes, some people are going to do that. They're going to take profit. And I don't hold anybody, blank. I don't hold anybody blank. I just hold mine because I have a bigger vision. Now, what happens? How does a developer say, if somebody sells, because here's the thing with meme coins, there's a lot of control you have when you have a lot of memes. So somebody may sell for 200 and then all of a sudden I done burn 15 million. Well, if they would have held, they would have made a little bit more. But I don't tell people when I'm burning. I just burn sporadically. We may have a total donation come in from some athletes that want to help. I'm not going to see, those things are what drive the price when people give to it. And that's the stuff that Game Plan has, because I do have friends and stuff that are athletes, professional athletes that want to help, that they're learning about it, they're talking about it to help because they like with the process of it. And so those are the things that does take place. And then on the second part of it, it's like you use it as a ground in which you can teach people about investment. Now, when I say teach people about investments, there are some of our like college students and things like that. They're looking at it as how can they grow it to make their money. So everybody has a different motive with Game Plan, but they like the concept because crypto is new. But as far as when it comes to like the kids in the school and stuff like that, the kids are they getting a chance to make pictures. And so as they make pictures, it may be, okay, if you make the best meme coin picture, you get $50 or you get $100. They love that. That's a part of it. And then so there's more to it. So it's not we're in the school taking lunch money. No, we're not doing that. It is a bigger thing. And I just want to make sure you understand that, because sometimes I think some people, they talk before they get an understanding of stuff. And I want you to make sure you understand and get the facts. So don't just invest in something, because here's the thing. I always ask you, why should you invest in? Like, why would you invest in this? But then I tell you what we're doing. And if that speaks to your heart, then yeah, I'm going to make an investment, because it's something about that particular project that I like. And then if you don't, then you say, okay, I like it, but I'm going to leave that alone. Then you don't. But that's a part of investing. But what I don't like is when people come in and then they don't invest, but then they want to FUD the project. So we're not going to, if you're FUDing in the Telegram, you're just going to get banned. I mean, we're going to do it because we have a good group of people that's working. So we had some people take a little profit so that we did have a little retracement. But again, because I hold so much, we're going to have burns. We're going to do the giveaways. We're doing it a little differently. But I haven't talked about airdrops and things like that. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself, because this is slow and steady. We're not in it for a rat race. Slow and steady wins the crown. Slow and steady, constant building. And then we're gaining more new ideas from other people about things we can do. And so that's what we're doing. We're looking at it. So if you haven't gotten any Game Plan, and I'm not telling you just to heap in, like I'm not gonna kid you now. We've had people heap in now, because Game Plan, when it initially started, it jumped up to 800,000, but that was because people bought it because of my Launchpad site. Because every meme that I've ever launched on that site is all gone live. And through the process, that's how I've learned a lot about some do's and don'ts. But the second thing about it, when it shot up to 800, of course, those people were in it to make a profit. And that was a part. So then we had to get on the ground. So Game Plan set at about $9,000 liquidity. It was probably at about $48,000 to $38,000 market cap. And then through the process of grinding and working, now we up to $22,000 in liquidity. And now we're up to 205. One time we was up to like $29,000 liquidity and up to 300,000. But that was because of the money that, I put into it to get it initially going. So now we're going to continue to keep rolling with it and continues to keep building. And it is a slow and steady process. And so that's what we're doing. in the process of doing it, people have bought. And because we're slowly gaining that momentum, they made a profit because they bought in at a low rate. And then they just, hey, man, he's working on it. So we're just going to wait. And when it goes up, then they took their profit, which I have no problem with it because they did it. They invested in that time and that was their choice. Only a few days. Somebody invested 4 days and that was it. And then they took their profit. But we do have long-term investors. And they also say, hey, I'm going to buy it at this particular price. They have theirs set at a particular price. So we're sitting with people who are saying, all right, how's my investment coming in? How am I going to get a return? Those are the meetings I'm having physically with people that they want to get an understanding of it, of how it's working. And they also want to help the kids in our community too. So I hope that helps you out a little bit more with game plan and just know what's going on. And if you haven't got a bag, I'm not saying get no $5,000 and $6,000, but if you want to buy $20 worth, $10 worth, $5 worth, every bit helps. Every bit helps. Okay. But I got to roll. I just wanted to come on and take that time with you today. A little bit different, but I do have one major announcement, and then I want to come with a close. And then after that, I will be right back. But before I do that, I got to play a few commercials, and then we'll be right back.
It's a meme coin, it's different way. It's a different vision. Get ready to hear the game. Plan to see what you should buy today. The $1 billion coin is still early to make a play. Keep waiting for the DIP. What? You about to miss your big payday. It's the game.
Let it step into the next game. You feel me?
Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification as it helps the algorithm grow. And if you want to follow me on any other platforms, you can follow me by typing in Crypto Secret X. Now, let's talk crypto.
Okay, if you haven't heard the news, DGen, the DGen Fund meme coin site is closing down. The adoption was not what they thought. They are closing down. That was one of the places where that I've done that's where Game Plan was launched, but that site is closing down. Okay. I did have a account on Pump Fund and it's still there. I'm not a big fan of Pump Fund, but there are some other launch pads that in the future, there are some things I'm going to be doing, like looking at Black Friday, and I'm restructuring that. And there's a reason I'm restructuring that. And I think that's going to help a lot of people, but it is totally different. And I will get in more detail on that a little later, but DGen Fund is closing down. So if you have coins in any other, I guess, market, like if you bought other meme coins on DGen Fund, you have one more day to get those coins out. And then they said that you will have no access or availability to it. So if you haven't had an opportunity to, close everything down on DGen Fund, go ahead, because they are closing down. You cannot access any site. You cannot create anything on that site. It is closing. There is another movement. I think that is so much better. And that's on the Sui blockchain. And I think that that's going to be very lucrative for a lot of people. And that's just one I want to let you know. But DGen Fund is closing down. Pump Fund is still there. I'm just not a big fan of Pump Fund, but it is closing down. And it's sad, but hey, nothing lasts forever. And they are closing down. So just wanted to let you know about that. If you haven't heard, DGen Fund, DGen.Fund is closing down. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I got some other things to take care of. But remember, like I always say, you'll never learn how to swim without jumping in. You'll never climb a mountain without stumbling. I'm Chris for Crypto Secret X. I'm out.
Let it step into the next game. feel me. $1,000,000 dreams, a place you gotta stay to the edge and feel the light. Step into the X and change your whole side. A born leader, shaped from the trials of hell.